heavy lurkers with a lot of defilers and hope for that. And maybe try to prevent Leta from getting his third base up. But Leta's tech is out really quickly, so Leta's gonna have irradiate any second now. As soon as he has irradiate, he's gonna be able to move out here without any fear of these mutalisks. And Luxury just has to hope that he has some lurkers or even maybe defilers by the time that army gets to one of his bases, because it's gonna be really tough. He's got 2 tanks. I'm assuming he's got at least 2 control groups of Marines. It looks like there's another group right over there. And he's got that science vessel out, so Leta's really, Luxury's really gonna have to hustle here if he wants to hold off this attack. He's really just got to delay him as long as possible and use these mutalisks as well as possible. Maybe even go for a counter now and try to do some damage in the main of Leta. Although if he gets one bad irradiate, that's gonna end that. Leta's going right for the main actually of Luxury. So this is going to make it really hard for Luxury, although it is giving him time to get defilers out.
Greater Spire.
Oh wow, going for the Greater Spire. So that might actually work out well for him, because I don't think that Leta did 2 starports. I think Leta still going off 1 starport.
Oh, gets a vessel.
Oh, and losing a science vessel. Great job. I was wondering what he was doing flying around back there with the mutalisks, and it looks like that's what he was doing, hoping to catch the science vessel.
Luxury really needs to go for a pincer here. There's
Leta
can't reinforce that at all, and now he's got a lot of lurkers. He really needs to make his look at how many lurkers. I'm surprised Luxury doesn't have any Zerglings. Normally you see a lot of Zerglings to come in to help assist the lurkers, but Luxury's letting Leta get way too far. And wow, Leta's already reached the choke point. Really, the area you want to flank is right before the choke point, where it's still a lot spread out and where you can make your move. And now you see Luxury's building some Zerglings, moving back. Wow, Luxury waiting a really long time. This is not a good move. And Leta's gonna run in here and actually focus fire the drones in the hatchery. Oh wow, Luxury's gonna lose this hatchery. I'm not sure why Luxury is hesitating so much, but he needed to break that push, and he just wasn't ready to, and that seems like something that Luxury's style has been thus far. And wow, Cocoon's morphing, so he's going to build some Guardians. I can't imagine these are going to be effective. He didn't do nearly enough Mutalist Harass to justify going into Guardians. But if you remember the first game too, when Leta was pushing, Luxury just stayed back, and he just kept staying back and just built up as long as he could. But Luxury's just been so scared at this point, he never even engaged the push. Leta's already broken his natural expansion, and he still hasn't even lost any units because Luxury's just been backing up. And this is not really a passive style that you want to play against a Terran, especially one that kind of opens up with weird academy builds and stuff, when I'm sure it could have been doable. And oh, what is he doing?
This is just a bad idea, man. I think he just lost a Guardian to a turret as well.
Yeah, I don't know. This is just strange play from Luxury. Leta had excellent macro. He did a really good timing attack. He really capitalized on Luxury's lack of Mutalist damage, but Luxury didn't even attempt to break it.
But he's not moving the science vessel for some particular reason. He's just letting it sit there. Eraser doesn't really work if you do that. Okay, now he's erasering well. That's a pretty clever move, I think, actually, from Leta. So it doesn't seem it's going pretty slow. He should probably keep those science vessels together and just fly them around, do 1 Guardian at a time. But it doesn't really matter. I mean, I can't believe that Luxury let Leta get the high ground above there, because not only did he lose his natural expansion, he's lost another hatchery, and he's losing his Greater Spire as well. I mean, he's not out of the game yet, because he's running on. He still has 2 gases, and he's got his hive tech. But it's just looking so bad for him, and honestly, he had so much, he could have done so much more even with this opening, even with the Guardian opening. I mean, if he had used those 7 lurkers that he had that were behind, wow, running Marines around, he's going to kill some drones here. I mean, things are just getting worse and worse for Luxury every second. If he had used those 7 lurkers with his Guardian force, and let's just say attacked with his Guardians and those lurkers at the same time, that would have been much more effective, because then he wouldn't have been able to use the Marines effectively to defend against the Guardian. But I mean, he just kind of threw those lurkers away. And I mean, if you're not going to use those lurkers to flank and to try to hold your natural, and if you're not going to use them in your counterattack, then really, what the hell did you even make them for? I really don't know. Some strange choices being made by Luxury, and I think, I mean, it's almost 100% sure that he's going to lose this game at this point. I don't see what he can do. Even though he's going to have defilers out relatively soon, he's just so far behind economically. Leta's got his 3rd up, and he's just got a huge army. Even if he loses all these tanks and everything, it's really not going to do enough damage to get him back in this game. I mean, he's really just in a lot of trouble, and it's his own fault. I don't even want to say that Leta played exceptionally well or anything. I mean, his attack was up quickly and his push was good, but he didn't really do anything great. Luxury just kind of gave it to him.
Yeah, standard 4. Oh, it's not the 4GG timing attack, but 4GG kind of not really revolutionary, but he really popularized it with beating Jaedong 3-0 in the MSL finals. So, well, a bunch of fire bats, but standard timing attack, 3 tank, 1 vessel timing push. And this is a really strong build versus Zerg, and if they don't do any economic damage, they're in trouble. And that's a problem with playing against this build, is that it puts the Zerg on the aggressor, and they have to do something, and Luxury wasn't in the position to do something. And I think this is a really strong build to use against Luxury. He did the 2-port Wraith, and that was really good. And it seems like just seeing Luxury's playstyle kind of sit back, and not, you know, kind of a more macro play style with some micro mixed in, but it seems like building up for a push and then just pushing in is really hurting Luxury, and he wasn't even ready to deal with that. And it seems like Luxury's just never ready to deal with what Leta hands to him. Luxury's control has been okay for the most part. He's been doing okay, but like the first game, he just got slaughtered by the 2-port Wraith. He just didn't do anything to stop it. And this game, he just didn't do anything to stop this push. And he just let Leta build up, and this is difficult because there, you know, before this it was 1-1 and it was tied up, and oh my god, this is pretty much a taunt. This is like when you just mass fire bats and ghosts, and then you just push in their expansion and build academies. Oh wow, good plague there. Nice plague. It actually did a lot of damage, and he wiped that Marina Medic force, but. Look at those fire bats. That's crazy. That's all. I'm gonna start doing this.
Dude, there's like 20 of
them. I'm learning so much now just from watching these games.
Wow, Darkstorm doesn't do anything because it's all fire bats. Well, how about that? That's pretty funny. I can't say I've ever seen this before. I'm gonna have to go out and say Leta is fucking baller. He's awesome. Wow, great plagues going off. I mean, he's just plaguing every single unit that Leta's built, but it doesn't really fucking matter because Luxury is so far behind in this game. I mean, for Christ, he's gonna lose a hatchery to fire bats. That's how badly. You know things are going badly when you're losing buildings to fire bats. And I don't mean some fire bats, I mean pure fire bats. Okay, there goes some more fire bats and marines. This is just getting ridiculous at this point. I think Luxury should just type GG and save himself from more embarrassment. Doesn't want to get nuked or anything. Okay, he's not going for nukes. At least that's good. I mean, if you get nuked in the MSL quarterfinals, that's just fucking embarrassing. Oh,
no, that is embarrassing. Oh, Mutilus.
Oh, wait. Oh my god. Oh, he gets every single science vessel. But hey, guess what? It doesn't matter.
It's too late. Like, I don't know what he's doing right now. He's trying to be really strong, but like
he's trying to be.
Leta's running off of 4 bases right now. Like, what could Luxury possibly expect to do?
At the convenience store, fighting off 4 armed robbers with fucking his shoe and getting shot 17 times in the process. It's not working out for him. I'm sorry,
like after the clerk lost all the money in the register too. Like, it's not even fighting.
Yeah, after he already gets robbed.
After.
And then he chases after them with his shoe, waving it at them. GG. That was a really strange analogy,
Leta taking a 2-1 lead. Leta's got to be feeling good after that, though. Now he's only got to win 1 more. He's got 2 games, and he's got to win 1 more. And
maybe that's why Leta was laughing.
Luxury. Yeah.
Like, he knew this was gonna happen. He probably really thinks he's the better player, and Luxury looks really distressed. So like, I really don't like that. I mean, he did it to himself though. I can understand why he would be mentally, I mean, at the least upset, because I mean he looks like he definitely had a game plan for that game, and he had a strategy, and it just failed so miserably. Like, it just really, you know, it's just really disheartening when you come up with this kind of game plan and your opponent almost seems to play into it, and then you still just fail horribly and get crushed. So I mean, hopefully he's got some more tricks up his sleeve and he doesn't get too discouraged. I would hate to see Leta just kind of walk all over him. I'm really hoping for a 5th game because Luxury should be putting up a better fight. He is a great CVT player, in my opinion, anyway.
Yeah, you know, no way to end this besides let's move on to Game 4. And it is on Carthage, so I think we will be seeing a Game 5, and peace out, guys.
Yep, peace out.